Talk family. It wasn't for you guys, none of this would be possible. Shout out to my replay gang, shout out to my overseas gang, shout out to my unsubscribed gang. If you're unsubscribed, you should keep doing what you're doing because you guys are doing a great job of it. And continue to subscribe. Sorry. You know, we're doing great, y'all. We're growing, we're showing. It's my birthday. Come on, y'all. Let's come through today. Let's get this done. You know, get these videos watched. Get those watch hours up. You know, subscribe. It's my birthday. The big 3-9. So let's talk about it for a second. Listen, and also you guys, you know, if you're out of the States, check in the comments. Or if you're in the States, check in to whatever state that you're watching me from. I want to know where I'm being reached, where I'm reaching. So let's talk about it, man. Listen, right now, I was in this live chat on TikTok earlier, right? And it was a masculine woman doing what they do best, hollering and screaming and yelling. And she's going on this tirade, and she eventually gets to the point where she says, I am God. I'm like, you know, there's no hope. There's no hope. You know what I'm saying? There's no hope. Give up. Let it go. It's done. All right? It's done. They are making no sense, have no logic. She called herself God. And, you know, something else they're doing, they're going inside of these live streams to collect talking points. That's all they're doing. They're going in there to get information because we're updating. You know, men as a collective, we're updating and we're disseminating new information. Like guys are going online, seeing guys like me that are getting this divine knowledge and spreading it out. And then the dating coaches watch us. And the dating coaches take the information from me and guys like me because I'm a good demographic to check out, right? I'm not just some guy. I'm an attractive guy, went through a divorce, overcame that, Army warrior, all this stuff, you know what I'm saying? I'll let nothing get to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm always going to get, you know, end up on top. I'm, you know, favored, all that kind of stuff. So they watch me. Dating coaches watch me. I know for a fact if they got any sense, they do. And a lot of them, you know, they watch me. So the information that we're putting out is being disseminated, you know, and the women, you know, I don't know if you've been noticing, but hell, Charleston White has been studying us. And he cooked some dating coach chick that dresses like a man. I don't know what her name is. You know what I'm saying? Priscilla. Yes, that's her name. I do know her name is. He cooked her just off of going online and looking up guys like me. They're talking about, you know, I'm not going to listen to no woman that don't have no man. Right? So if Charleston White can get online and find talking points to beat them, they're regrouping right now. They're trying to get Sigma males to argue in these live streams so that they can go ahead and give out some more information. Because like what I do, when I go off on women or whatever, a lot of women take what I say and they go and find a way to be able to combat it. They're trying to find a way to combat it. They can't because I have something new to say to them by the time they figure that out. But they try to, right? They'll look online and try to find a way to be able to attack my points or whatever. They do it all the time. That's all they want to do. They don't want to change. All they want to do is change the reality around you to fit their narrative. So if you're talking some Sigma stuff, not no alpha stuff, so they got all the alpha talking points. Hell, women are calling themselves alpha, right? Like they done gotten all the alpha talking points. You have women online telling you how to be a man. You have women online making TikToks and YouTubes, you know what I'm saying, telling you how to be a successful man, how to be an attractive man, how to talk like a man, how to have confidence like a man. Fellas, man, that's mental manipulation. You're listening to a woman take the role of your mother, leaning on that fraternal type of role. So you feel that way. And then the minute you let down your guard, she's going to flip it like every other woman does, man, and take advantage of the power you gave her. So while y'all are sitting around here going to these dating coaches, and I told you Pearly Things is all right. You know what I mean? No offense to her. I don't mean nothing by this. But she's unattractive enough to be able to, she's unattractive enough to be able to, you know what I'm saying, qualify as a woman that can put out information. And it seems like what I've seen of her, she's not really like trying to flip around and turn and tell guys how to get a certain kind of woman, because I believe she knows that most guys don't want her. So, you know, she plays her role and she's decent. She's always smiling and she's decent. Okay. Now these other ones out here, man, they're just collecting information, y'all. When there's guys like me out here, they're saying things to them of this nature, like, how you feel about whatever I do in my life is none of my business. It's hard to come back against that. It's hard to combat that. That's why I'm giving you guys these different talking points, because I know how it is. I'm quick on my feet, but I see plenty of gentlemen out there and guys that are getting caught up with a fast talking car salesman woman. You ain't got to talk fast like her. You ain't got to get loud like her, because whoever else is in the room with you, if you're speaking logic and talking like a man, whatever she's doing is going to come off like theatrics. You don't have to do all that stuff. They believe that to be alpha, hollering and losing their emotional composure, right? They think that's alpha. They call themselves alpha females. They call themselves masculine women. And for some reason, they believe that if they all become masculine through this feminist movement that's being projected onto them to reduce population, they believe if they do all this stuff, then they can force us to deal with this masculine version of a woman. They think by just, if they all go masculine and they're all bisexual and all this stuff, right? Then they can go ahead and force us to deal with them. And then that's when the passport bros came along. Like, no, you don't. No, you don't. We're not going to sit here and allow you to force us to deal with your masculine ways with you trifling ass Western women, right? So they started going overseas. What do women start doing? These women have been going to Jamaica and getting STD and AIDS for years. But they're going to sit over here and talk about the men that are going overseas to go find a decent woman. Not going overseas to hook up like they do, but go find, why do they care? Why do they care, y'all? Do you understand? They care because you're a renegade. You see how I brought it all the way back? You're a renegade. And the fact that you're like, nah, I'm not going to deal with you all masculine women like y'all burping and farting all the time and not washing your butt. I think I'm going to go overseas where women know how to be ladies, or find some woman somewhere, you know what I'm saying, outside of the options, the limited options that are being given to me. And you think that I'm going to deal with you because, you know, of proximity. We're not going to deal with women because of proximity. That's why we're building an empire. So we can fly or get on a boat and travel wherever we need to go find a woman that we want. We're not going to sit here, especially, listen, gentlemen, black guys, I know passport bros are just now doing it. White dudes been doing it. Most of these Spanish guys are from over there, so they're going to have a good woman. You know what I'm saying? These Asian guys, they're going to have a good woman because they're from overseas. You know what I'm saying? So we're just now getting on to it. And that's the reason why they hate it so much, because they've always been able, because black folks don't like flying. We don't like really getting in the water. We don't really want to leave our land. You know what I'm saying? American black people, I'm gonna be real. We feel real safe on our land. I don't know why, we just do. But now we're starting to be like, nah. I'm tired of dealing with LaQuisha and all these weirdo chicks out here trying to force their masculine bisexual ways on me. So, you know what I'm saying? We decided to go overseas. So now we're doing it too. And now these women are just, wait, hold on. Black dudes supposed to always be here waiting on us. And what the hell? They're going overseas now too? So they starting all this stupid stuff, talking about passport bros are toxic masculinity. Well, can we talk about the toxic masculinity that these doggone feminists are pushing around? Why is that never talked about? I thought it was even Stevens. So we can't talk about toxic feminist masculinity? The ones that are starting fist fights? The ones that are consistently being aggressive with their screechy voices? Can we talk about that for a second? Because if it's equal nowadays in this 2023, then why are we only talking about the Tates and, you know, other men that women consider to be, you know, misogynists and toxically masculine? But what about these women that are calling themselves God, that have said that they've mastered the art of the divine feminine and masculine energy, don't need a man, and are so ready to think that they can fight a man no matter if it's physical or verbally, every chance they get? How is that not toxic? So only toxic type of traits can apply to a male? Why are you talking? But I thought that you've mastered the masculine energy, so you should be able to equally, you know, be possibly toxically masculine if you are a, I don't know what you're calling yourselves, but a woman that has mastered the feminine and masculine energy and considers herself God now. I don't know what's wrong with you people, man. But the fact that you're a renegade, gentlemen, and you hold your own, you don't give in to none of these feminist demands. You know what I'm saying? You stand 10 toes down on whatever you say. You say what you mean and you mean what you say. See, a lot of people are fake and they lie about everything nowadays to get clout, to get somewhere. They'll sell their soul, give their body away and all kind of stuff. And you're not a part of that agenda. You're not a part of that group. You're something completely different. Yeah, it's rude. It hasn't been seen or heard of. So now women are trying to get online, and they really want me to get online and get on TikTok and babble about how Sigma men move, and so they can take notes, so they can have some kind of way to combat different Sigmas and the way we like to move. I don't want to give them information like that. I get on here, give them direct information, and keep it trucking. Because a woman should not have to manipulate a situation to be in a dating relationship or whatever, or start talking to a guy, but all of them want to do it. They all want to have that hand up, that leg up. They want to be able to do their research, know a little bit more about you than you know about them, or a lot bit more, and then have all this accumulated rhetoric and talking points that they've collected about alpha males and pookies, because alpha males are AKA pookies in management. You know what I'm saying? An alpha is a pookie in management. What are you talking about? He's still codependent on some kind of attention, like some kind of little boy. You know what I'm saying? He needs attention from men and women, like some kind of little boy. You know what I mean? So an alpha is a doggone narcissist, is a pookie. Period. Big facts. But don't, hey, let them tell it online. Let them tell it online. I was in that live. She was talking like she crack heads. Like she knuckle up. You know what I'm saying? Talking all that yin yang online. They don't want me to get this out. Talking all that yin yang online. You know what I'm saying? And that's another problem, man. Like the false reality of the internet has really made people super delusional. And they think because they can type something better than a guy can, because we're not out here typing complete sentences and words and stuff most of the time, they think if there was an actual verbal altercation or anything else, that they'd be able to handle it the same kind of way. And they're conflating, you know what I'm saying, having that shelter and that comfort and that protection of being on the other side of that screen. And when it's in person, it don't go down like that. Because dudes don't even start fights with dudes like that, man. We know doggone well there's going to be a fight. It's going to be some furniture moving. Somebody going to get majorly hurt. So we pick and choose our battles wisely. These women are running around and starting fights with dudes like they can do whatever they want to do. And man, my ex-wife got in my face a couple times before we ended up separating. Now, she never did nothing because she's not stupid. You know what I'm saying? Because she know I ain't scared of nobody. So you can run up in my face real close all you want to. I'm faster than I look. You know what I'm saying? And I won't do nothing to a woman, but I will restrain her. I will restrain her, okay, if I have to. And restraining her to the ground, it might not be comfortable. But I'm not going to let her beat on me. I'm not going to put my hands on her, right? And my wife knew I would restrain her, so she never, my ex-wife, she never took it that far. But she got in my face. I could tell she was working her way up to it, though. I could tell she was trying to build up her self-esteem, knocking stuff off counters, and, you know, just taking on this full masculine role that the feminist movement has thrusted upon women. And since she loves to lie and she's a narcissist, oh, she took that masculine role on heavy. You know what I'm saying? And that, especially if she had like a side girlfriend or something, you know, I basically felt like I was married to a stud. I basically, it got to the point where it felt like I was with a stud. Not even a lady in any, I mean, just a stud that just wears women clothes. Talk like a stud, act like a stud, move like a stud. I'm not attracted to studs. I'm not attracted to women that act like men and try to betray the masculinity, or what they believe masculinity is, because they always have it wrong. They're always trying to act like an alpha, and an alpha is not a definition of masculinity. They don't get shit done. They don't come up with nothing. They're just managers and stuff like that. Sigmas and outside the box thinkers and loners and stuff like that are the ones that come up with things, not these alpha people that run around trying to mimic what they see and trying to emotionally manipulate whoever they can to feel better. Look, watch any alpha guy in the way he talks. He gonna be walking around, my clothes cost this much, my shoes cost this much, let me get inside my private jets. Now, for $50.99, I can teach you how to be an alpha dog as well. It's always that stupid shit. It's always that, man. It's always that. I got all my cars lined up right here. You know, I got my private jet. You know what I'm saying? I ride jet skis with suits on. You know what I'm saying? Crazy stuff that these alpha dudes do, and they really appeal to like little boys, like my son's age. Like, you know what I'm saying? Most of I've noticed, those guys like that, they appeal to like my son, like 12-year-old son or whatever, right? But they're not appealing to any men because they're not a man. They're just like, I'm not saying that they're not men. They might be portraying a role as an alpha online, and in real life, they might be a Sigma, just, you know, making that money. So I'm not going to talk too badly about them, but they still represent an image of a weak man or a weaker version of a man. And they think that it's cool and hip to run around and seem like you have a bunch of women on your arm, a cigar, aka phallus, in your mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know where dudes got that from. Hey, where this sucking on a long brown, you know, cigar looking like a phallus? When did that ever become a thing of a power move for men? You know what I'm saying? Think about it. Got this long ass. What are you doing, bruh? That's not a power move. I don't know what these dudes be doing, man. I don't want my son looking at somebody smoking this. Dad, you know, that's pretty cool. He's sucking on that big brown cigar, homie. Ain't nothing cool about that, bruh. You know what I mean? You don't need to be puffing and sucking and whatever else, you know what I'm saying? Then they off that big ass fucking cigar, homie. And then they be trying to get the biggest cigars they can find. And it's not looking right, homie. Got a whole phallus in your mouth. Listen, bruh. You know, like, we out here doing things and getting things done. We're renegades. We're trailblazers. You know what I'm saying? We're mavericks. We're the blueprint. We're the guys that every alpha dog knows as an uncle or a role model, and they couldn't be man enough to be like us and have sexual discipline, you know what I'm saying, aka D-discipline, get things done and build things. So they go and find a CEO role or a manager role and take the notes from us, and then go find a bunch of women from the notes they get from us, watching how we move, imitate how we move, to get a bunch of women to feast off of energetically. You know what I'm saying? Like a little boy energy vampire trying to betray the role of a man. It's sad, it's silly, and it looks stupid. But hey, they're making their bread and their money, right? And when you do anything for the money, and you tell everybody, well, it's all about the money, and just worry about the money, and when you get rich, hey, listen, I'm worried about getting rich, but see, I'm already happy without the money. I'm at peace and in happiness without it. So once I get it, you know what that's going to be like. It's going to be wild and crazy. I'm not going to be looking like one of these, I don't know what you want to call these guys, these alpha guys online, that look kind of like they're lost, a little bit scared, like people are going to find out that they're not who they think or betraying themselves as, right? And they're always on the lookout to try to find out what's the next hot thing to stay on top of that. See, I get to be just myself. So that way I can spread myself out thin across the entire internet, not looking up other people and what they're doing and how they're doing it, like those alphas do. They don't come up with shit, y'all. Most of those guys are watching people like us, people like me, you know, on the internet, and they're taking our talking points. And since they have the platform, they can just steal the information and betray it as their own, like they think like that. They don't think like that. They don't think like that. You know what I'm saying? Most people are idiots. So these guys are on here trying to betray themselves as smart guys. I mean, it's all, I don't know, man. When you're a seer, you see everything, the world's a stage, and all these people are actors, and they figured it out. They figured it out that they're the main character in their movie, and I can just see a bunch of different movies playing out in front of me. That's what I see. I see the tape movies playing out, you know what I'm saying? Before, you know, The Godfather passed away, I seen, you know, the Kevin Samuels movie playing out. They just, you know, they just know how to move. They just figured out the Matrix. And I'm not trying to hate on them for it or whatever, but they're not the renegades. They're not the mavericks. They're not the lady slayers that they claim to be in the bedroom. You know, they're the ones that are getting women, but it's based off the money and the clout that they've built. They weren't getting women like that when they didn't have the money. Whereas the Sigma will get women with the money, without the money, broke, whatever. Because women can sense our aura and our energy. And you know, the funny thing is Sigma's becoming pretty big, and these guys who have made their name as an alpha are starting to get offended. and I'm starting to notice them trying to take jabs at Sigma. Bro, listen, man. When women are calling themselves alpha, it's time to jump ship, bruh. If you want to hold down the fort with that alpha business, but when women are calling themselves alphas, it's time to go, bruh. It's time to go. It's time to find out some new terminologies, right? You want to? They copy everything that we do, but they done took that. They done took that, bruh. They ain't took Sigma yet. We can all work on that and make sure they don't take it. But they done took that alpha thing, man. They call themselves alphas. So now you get alpha women and men, and they can call themselves that because an alpha ain't shit. Confirmation. An alpha ain't shit, male or female. It's a codependent loser. You know what I'm saying? So bragging about being an alpha is not a flex. But you know, you can't tell an idiot that. You know what I'm saying? Male or female, you can't tell them that. You know, it's not a flex. You know what I'm saying? It's not a flex to be an alpha. You break it down. What do they always talk about? I need to be in charge of people. I need people to worship me. I need to have a couple of different women at least. And I need to be able to have some friends to brag about having these women too. What are you doing? What kind of man's running around trying to build up a friend group to brag about the women he's sleeping with or pass women around to each other? That's weird, man. I don't want no parts of it. I'm a loner. I'm a lone wolf. I'm going to keep it that way. I like being a Sigma. Anything where I need to be in a fraternity, a frat, or a guy group or whatever, I want no part of it. I want no part of it. But look, y'all, don't run this up too long like I did last one. Peace, love, and light. I'm going to jump on here at least 3 other times today. Try to get 5 or 6 videos out. Man, come on now. You know what I'm saying? This Nat doing everything it could, man. I'm like, come on now. So peace, love, and light, y'all. Remember, hit that like button. Continue to share. You guys are doing dope. I'm not going to tell you what to do. You're grown men, and you're doing what men do. I'm just saying I greatly appreciate it if you do that for me. That being said, you know, continue to comment in the comment section. It's my birthday. I will be popping up in and out doing different things today, you know, but I will not be posting up content on all of my channels. That's the one thing I won't be doing. Just this one and my TikTok. Blessings, y'all. You know, don't work too hard today. It's Monday fun day. Love y'all.